Abronya DC remanded for 2 weeks over alleged offensive publications. Andra na yawo Ghana and yete say a year NPP for a press conference led by a year Afenyomakin. And press conference in Afade ho. Efa a year Abronya and the Yarimandano for 2 weeks. Ewo BNI cells. Now yen nyina nim de Abronya ekojina court. Any hawa in sema or kafa a certain judge. And debi am catch Ghana for. Say your pobi manaka a ye court ne judge for hun sema a mere call be Taylor. Because I have been there before. At a point in Ghana, near say I'm the greatest escapee. You were some about Ghana near prosecuting. Finally, I came to Ghana. I stood before the Supreme Court. Abronya is standing before a high court too. Let me tell you people something. Abronya case, we know it is before a high court. I had to go before the Supreme Court. So Abronya krampo de ono wafa nwedi. Abronya afa nwedi. Ondu baby Abronya wa high court. He's just at a circuit court anamebwa. He's at a circuit court. Abronya's case is being heard at the circuit court. Abronya's case is not being heard at the Supreme Court. I had to come to the Supreme Court with all due respect to the court, stood before the Supreme Court judges, make my case respectfully, and then in their own wisdom, they said, Kelvin Taylor, you have made your case and it makes sense to us. You can walk. Inti, I was saying Ghana 40 as say, if Abronya today is standing in front of a circuit court, Abronya is not even nowhere. Ondru baby also do no. So I don't know why the NPP today, the same people who were pushing the Attorney General, Godfrey Dame, to make sure I am deported to Ghana to stand trial. No? Why are the same people fighting the same court? Why? Now, Mamika Samucho. This is Afenyomakin, Endra, Omuye press conference. And these are some of the words he used against the judge, Otia Samnoso.
That judge has no respect for his own judicial oath. I don't think he read the law. That circuit court 9 judge, I have no respect for him. For a judge to say that he's remanding Abronya into BNI custody until the case is finally determined, such a judge can never have my respect. I pray that he summons me for contempt. I will continue to disrespect him until he upholds the law. He's gone beyond his judicial function. And it is not his first. It's as if he has been selected purposely to achieve this. He doesn't talk law. I don't know whether he ever passed his law exam. It's a shame. It's a shame on the judiciary. And my Lord Bafuboni must pay attention to this. For whatever it is, it's about his legacy. I'm told by December he will be 70 and he will be gone. Is that a legacy he wants to leave? After Tokonu was booted out of office and all manner of accusation leveled against Tokonu, is that the judiciary? The judiciary, they said they were going to reset. Is that a reset? Where a judge will say he is remanding an accused because if he allows him to go home, if he grants him bail, he is likely to talk again. So he should remain in custody. In fact, at first, his pronouncement was that Abronya should go to Nsawam until the case is finally determined. He's already prejudiced the outcome of the case. And this man says he's a judge. I should respect him. And some fool say,
so, you see, Mamika be being chair Ghana for. In the past, right? What happens in the say? NPP for to be divided Ghana for mu. No more creating impression be say. Yani NPP for a group of people are the rest of Ghana for. Inti when matters come, now yenya people to take their time to explain to Ghana for around the nation and around the world. That is what they have taken advantage of since 1992. Insulting a judge who has been selected by the Constitution. Afenyomakin is a lawyer in the first place, remember. He's a practicing lawyer. He has a law firm. And every single judge, and remember, time every single NPP person on TV so can say, if I speak against, or if when I spoke against Chebafo, it technically meant say I had spoken against the judiciary. Now, Afenyomakin Kinjina platform NPP headquarters with his colleagues. Ekache Ghana for nyina say, judge no, ono hu ni say o judge krampo onye sure say ebu a wasi de ma judge no mo so de ma no. He was speaking from the NPP headquarters. So look at the environment. And now secondly, look at the people he was with, the whole NPP leadership. And then look at the people who were sitting there clapping, his fellow lawmakers who are also in parliament and some being lawyers. So you see, Afenyomakin na onjina ne dem no okaso. Afenyomakin ojina NPP headquarters. Afenyomakin was supported by his colleagues who are members of parliament and some former ministers, and some of them being lawyers. Afenyomakin himself is a lawyer. And then Afenyomakin stands in front of the cameras to tell us, judge you know what to onye sure says judge no osebuo eni so mama ni buo. Why? Because ose judge no ene de eye de abronya akoto remand. Secondly, ose onu ankasa ne party for no mani buo bi ama judge no. And remember, in Ghana, the constitution through the judicial service and then the vetting of parliament in the judge or Ghana. Technically, the lawmaker is telling us that respect no crampo no onima the judiciary, that is the chief justice to the last person, and also the constitution that ye jinaso edi judges. This is a lawmaker. And the most important part is say he is a lawyer. You see, when somebody is speaking, the first thing you need to understand the environment he's in, the context na emanika asem okano, and what it represents. It is Afenyomakin journey them and maybe a radio be friend or cancer because Afenyomakin speaking from his home. But this is Afenyomakin speaking from a place where they call their party home, and then amongst people who are also lawmakers and lawyers who at the end of the day are parts of the judiciary. So don't just see this statement as Afenyomakin Jimmy and Okan. No. He knows what he's doing. He understands the oil. He basically is playing with the NPP because one, when you said the NPP as a political party, do Jimmy to the point they will not look at this matter from that point of view whereby you are representing the party that was in power a year and a half ago or a year and 5 months ago, and that whatever you would say as a leader of our minority and also as a lawyer and where you are standing, it reflects the party. Now, I'm going to give the NPP something to think about. On Afenyomakin or can some in such a way to say, judge, in his capacity, and or share that and I say, or the Edian or the Abronya Kakotum. Also, Kasan Osha the body language, he knew he was breaking the law. He knew what he was doing wasn't something that as a member of parliament, a lawyer, and a leader of the minority in parliament should do. He knew it. But you see, parliament, he wants to be in the news. And two, he knows his position as the minority leader is very shaky. But Omia wants to change him. And three, he's calling for attention. So what he's doing now, and say, party now, it needs to reset. It needs to be accepted. No, he is basically making everything about him. But you see, so will be a leader of even a choir group. That's a choir abontin. Me from Yankasama, sorry, Anglican. na so be a leader of a choir group na oka Anglican choir group on na okokro bi so na okoye nyome bi anya yebeka say Anglican oboase Anglican diocese a choir member na akoye say so whatever that person does it affects the group. Afenyomakin is the leader of the minority. Now I'm sure Debbie. There's a document or Rankasa published here. We are going to read the document. Me read we are na much show. The Afenyomakin kan no any document no Rankasa published no we say NPP for no omu Ghana for nyina say but me say me read the document we are now I will speak to Ghanaians. I will speak to the NPP for omu nyansa. Maybe they are failing to understand the ditch this group of people are putting the party in. Shadia, you see this document? Come out. There's a document Abronye shared. Afenyomakin shared this afternoon on his own page, right? Let me read the document in show. Where is a case report? The course were court in time Abronye court. Then your man say uncle that remand, right? Shadia. These documents were shared by Afenyomakin Nankasa on his own page. Now I'm reading them show Debbie. I feel we are no busa and say now Afenyomakin nimwe as a minority leader, as a lawyer who has a law firm, as somebody who led the minority from 169 members all the way to 87 members. He knew all these things. And then he came on TV to say what he said. Now, the minority leader, Honorable Alexander Kwamena Afenyomakin, Parliament of Ghana. So this document is a document that is coming from the lawyers who represented Abronye. Okay. Now, Afenyomakin posted with me and reading the background. The accused person, Mr. Kwame Bafo Abronye, Bono Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, was arraigned before the Circuit Court Accra on the 13th of May 2026 on the following charges. 1. Offensive conduct conducive to the breach of the peace. Section 207 or 2071 Criminal Code 1960 Act 29. Yede Abronye Bejina Court no yede charge back on the board no. Na charge na yede offensive conduct conducive to the breach of the peace. Oye niamon saying bia ama Ghana sebio ya sumdue ne kebi mami kebi no emra ne kire se de oye no etia Ghana mra. Charge yede board ne bi no. And a second, publication of false news. Section 2081 Criminal Code 1960 Act. And a charge for fresh ade boy Abronye ne say or the nyoma bi agu mframem sebio eye abefo intentan no so a enye no kore eye atro ebetuma ba se okaye ebetuma ba se wo troye ebetuma ba se eye mfoni ye say Ghana mra a ye friend Criminal Code 1960 Act 29 no ekire se wo ye sa nyoma no na uningina so na eye atro ye wo mra e wo Ghana ye betumi di a charge wo enti sa nyoma mienu wei na ejina so a ye de Abronye ko gina court menya abotre na me pesa wote nyoma bi ase. Now point 2, prior to today's sitting, the accused was granted police inquiry bail on the 13th of April 2026. He was duly informed to appear before the court on the 13th of May 2026, which he did in compliance with the bail condition. Into almost say answer day na ye jail ye ma Abronye remand no on the 13th no oba court and ye catch and say on the on Sambra oba court on the 13th of April and ye catch say on the 13th of May no Umbra and Abronye eba court on the 13th of May. Remember 13th of May and ye no court to remand no. We are after the post the idea we make sure there. Now, counsel for the accused. You got a counsel for the accused that Abronye lawyer. Counsel for the accused renewed an application for bail pending trial, citing that the offense are misdemeanors, that the accused has a fixed place of abode, is a public figure, and has reliable securities of sufficient means. Reliable sureties of sufficient means. Counsel further emphasized the accused's health conditions and family responsibilities. Omokodu court on the 13th of a year, May no. Abronya lawyer catch a judge and say, Judge, Abronya oyobia obi enimu no. In fact, or your regional chairman, Bono regional chairman,